I'm raw red.
Dog poker chips are in, and you can choose from over 100 breeds or customize them with a picture of your own best friend. Just go to dogpokerchips.com or call 414-455-4344 to order. Not only will you have fun with them and have a unique conversation piece, you'll help to promote the message of fair and ethical treatment of animals of all types. Order yours today.
Have the furball monsters taken over your furnace and ductwork system? Just think of all the pet fur, hair, food, toys, jewelry, and who knows what else that ends up in your air vents. If you're a pet owner, parent, daycare center operator, hairstylist, pet groomer, you need ductwork armor. A nifty magnetic sheet that can be cut to size and placed right over your air duct or cold air return to prevent all types of debris from entering, accumulating in the furnace, and ending up in the air you breathe. Protect your furnace and ductwork from furball monsters. Get ductwork armor today.
The Animal Doctor Holistic Veterinary Complex offers peaceful reception, natural nutrition, oriental medicine, the romp and rehab for fitness and therapy, thorough exam and consultation, surgery, radiology, ultrasonography, the feline bed and breakfast for cat boarding, the annex educational classes for you, a nice experience at the Animal Doctor, everything under one roof in Muskego. AnimalDoctorMuskego.com.
Breed-specific rescues, like Wisconsin Adopt a Golden Retriever, concentrate mainly on the rescue, rehabilitation, and rehoming of one breed of dog to streamline the adoption process. We caught up with Mary Schmittinger, who filled us in on this type of rescue and just how a rescue differs from a shelter.
Wisconsin Adopt a Golden Retriever started out southeastern Wisconsin, mainly Milwaukee and the surrounding counties. It started with a small group of people, all dedicated volunteers, who knew that there was a need for another Golden Retriever rescue group in Wisconsin. As a rescue, we operate a little bit differently than a shelter. Our dogs get the personal touch. They are in private homes. We really get to learn a lot about this dog while it's in our foster home. And that gives us the opportunity to determine what's going to be the best home for this dog when it comes time to place it in a forever home. So that's our job, is to make sure we find the right dog for the right person. We do get a lot of applicants, and people always ask us, how are we going to know what's the best dog for them? We do a home visit. That's an on-site visit at their home, and we interview all the members of the family to get a feel for what their experience is, what their expectations are for that dog. And that gives us an idea of what is going to be the best dog for them. From there, that information goes to our foster homes. When they have a dog that's ready to be placed, it's been in foster long enough and now it's ready to find its forever home, they will go through the list of home visit reports and determine which family might be the best choice for this dog. Once you adopt a dog from Wagger, we always tell people, if you don't want to hear from us again, that's fine. But if you have any issues at any time in the future, we are only a phone call away. We do have very low operating costs, so when you donate money to our organization or any other small rescue, the money really does go to the dogs. We have a program called Foster with Intent to Adopt. This program has allowed us to bring in more dogs than we would normally be able to do. We go to some of our applicants and ask them, would you be willing to foster this dog, which we think is going to work for you? And if you could foster this dog for a minimum of 2 weeks and see how this dog works out, then you would be allowed to adopt the dog. In that time, we will pay all vet bills. We ask that they pay just for the food for the dog. But that's been very successful and has allowed us to bring in quite a few dogs that would otherwise have probably been put down in shelters.
We're from Bark and Scratch Outpost, and we're going to tell you about healthy dog food today.
Well, it was about 5 years ago. I started thinking about adding to the family. But guess what? She's a dog that just can't eat man-made kibble. My groomer said, you know, why don't you go to a natural food store? So I headed out to Pewaukee, went to a natural food store. So I'm at home one night, and long story short, my husband goes, you know, why don't you open a pet food store? That little light bulb went off in my head. Why not? And we start to fill the store with different foods that are natural and healthy. This is my child, and she deserves, you know, good food, just like everyone does.
There are so many customers who come in and they ask us, what's the one dog food that I can feed all of my dogs? Or what is the best dog food?
Unfortunately, there's not an easy answer. There's not a one-size-fits-all dog or cat diet out there. What we recommend is rotation of 3 or 4 completely different brands throughout the year. The rule here is 3 months, 3 bags. Time to rotate.
And once you find those 3 or 4 foods that your dog really likes, it decreases boredom and can help build a healthier immune system.
And that'll alleviate allergies, weight gain, aggression,
And food intolerances.
While you're adding your rotation diet, you're going to add water to that diet. Why do we put water into dry kibble? Do you know, Kathleen?
We do put water into dry kibble, especially if that's the only thing you're feeding, because the body digests much better when the water is already in the food. If you think about a raw diet, dog going out and getting some prey, or a cat going out catching a mouse, they're getting the liquid that they need right in that meal.
So we need to add about 1/4 of a cup of water to every cup of dry kibble that you feed.
You can have a very healthy diet for your dog, but just one bad treat can really throw it off.
When you're treating, you want to make sure that they have healthy ingredients. Apples, blueberries, even tomatoes from your garden are healthy treats.
But we do have a nice variety of treats, and some of them are really treating with a purpose. We have treats that include things like glucosamine or cherry juice for healthy joints.
That's right, and you can save money when you combine a treat with a supplement. Now you've fed natural and saved.
Hi, I'm Jackie Loohauis, pet reporter for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Many pets lose their homes when landlords and pet owners disagree. But you can keep your landlord pet happy. Make sure your landlord knows when you bring a new pet into the unit. You may have to pay a pet deposit. Make sure your animal stays quiet during the day when it's alone, and always, always pick up after your pet. For more tips, visit Animal Magnetism, my pet blog, at www.jsonline.com.
Anthropologist Margaret Mead once said, "One of the most dangerous things that can happen to a child is to kill or torture an animal and get away with it." Plenty of research has documented the link between animal abuse and domestic violence. Right here in Wisconsin, battered women revealed that in 4 out of 5 cases, abusive partners had also been violent towards pets or livestock. In a study done by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 85.4% of women and 63% of children reported incidents of pet abuse when they came to domestic violence shelters. Serious crimes, including drug offenses, sexual assault, gang activity, weapons violations, and domestic violence, are often seen in association with intentional animal abuse. It tends to be the most visible part of a history of aggressive or antisocial behavior. Our vision at Animal Fairy Charities is to become a premier organization teaching compassion to young children by way of animals through education, experience, and leadership. Currently, we are encouraging parents to teach their children compassion at an early age through our Animal Fairy educational children's book series, including our first book, The Legend of the Animal Fairy. In addition, we are implementing hands-on interactive programs where parents and children can learn together the importance of compassion through interaction with and caring for animals. You can help support our mission by purchasing our first children's book, The Legend of the Animal Fairy. Proceeds will help fund our mission to perpetuate a generation of compassionate children and a world without abuse.